How many of us have gotten cheated on before? Because I know I have. And let me tell you this story. So me and the gentleman were together, and I would always go to his house and I would clean up at his house. I would stay at his house. It was like our own little home at the same time that it was his, of course. You know how once you get into a relationship, you start doing little stuff like that for your man or for your woman. You just kind of start catering to him. So I was doing that. And there started to be a couple of nights where he would say he didn't want me to come over. And I'm like, that's weird because I always come over here and it's never a problem for me to come over. So I wonder why you're starting to say no now. And I would always give respect to him, like, you know, if he just wanted his me time, if he was going out with his homeboys or something like that. But something in my spirit told me this man wasn't doing no me time. He wasn't going out with his homeboys. He had somebody over there. So me just being nosy, when I would go to the bathroom, I would make sure and look through all of his stuff, check the trash, see if I see anything in there. I mean, I wouldn't dig my hand in the trash, but I would look and see if I seen anything down in there. I would look around on the carpet, on the floor area. Maybe there might be eyelash or something. You know, you just never know. You just look around everywhere, and lo and behold, I found an eyelash. And I said, I know these aren't my eyelashes because I don't wear single lashes. I wear strips. Been wearing strips since forever. So this don't belong to me. So I asked him, has anybody been over here, like a female, a woman, or anything like that? Anything you want to tell me? No, there's nothing I want to tell you. I'm like, okay, you're sure? Nothing you want to tell me? No, I'm not cheating on you. Why would I cheat on you? I'm like, okay, all right, fine. But I did find a little eyelash. Yeah, I found a little eyelash. So whoever you're talking to, you might want to tell her that she need to start picking up after herself. I ain't even cheating on you. I ain't even cheating on you, Jessica. You just being crazy. You just tripping. But something in my spirit still wasn't sitting right. So he leaves me at his house one day. He goes to run an errand, and I went ahead and went through his dressers, like his dresser drawers. Why, when I opened up the very top dresser, there was a picture face down of him and another girl. And there was a card, a Father's Day card for him, for our kid that we had together. And I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Needless to say, things got crazy and messy. And anyway, what's up, my friends, and welcome to the neighborhood. I am the Just Kason brand. I'm your homegirl, I'm your tia, I'm your prima, I'm your cousin, I'm your friend, I'm whatever you need me to be down here at the neighborhood. I know you stumbled into this video and you were like, whoa, we're talking about cheating? Yes, that's what we're talking about. I was on TikTok, found some stories, said let me bring them over here and share with my friends in case y'all ain't seen them. Plus, it always stirs good conversation when we talk about other people and what they're going through, because we know that we're not the only ones, and we could also use it as learning experiences. I always like to draw from my own experience, and I just felt like these stories were resonating with me. You know what I'm saying? I could really understand the ladies. I was like, because you think you got a good man. You think you're in heaven. You think you're in bliss. But no, you're not, because then you find out who he really is or who he's really married to. And it's a whole bunch of other stuff going on. So anyway, if you like good conversation and good topics, go ahead and like the video. Go ahead, comment your thoughts down below and subscribe to the channel. I promise there's some video on here that you are going to like. So let's get into these stories.
My lashes with me while I tell y'all how I wouldn't even call it tortured. How I let my baby daddy know to play with somebody else and not me. Yeah, that's what I want to say. So at this time we had just started dating. I think we was in a year into dating or whatever. And he went to school in this town called Corsicana. So he going to school in this town called Corsicana. The school was Navarro. He went to Navarro. And that school, well, that little town is 4 hours away from where I live right now. Remember the times.
4 hours.
It's 4 hours from where I live right now. This particular day, we had been talking all day. Shit was good, woo to woo, or whatever the case may be. So it came around 7 o'clock. He stopped texting back. He stopped answering my phone calls. And I don't know. I give it, women do have intuition, very good intuition, but for some reason, God gave me a strong one. I'm telling y'all, the minute I feel something is wrong, and guess what? I don't go looking for shit. I don't go looking for shit. He puts it in my hand. This time I went looking for it. Sure did. So boom.
I love having a prayer life and I love having a relationship with God, but sometimes like I'll be praying about a dude like even before I go on a date with him, and I'll get that inkling or that nudge that's like, nah, he ain't gonna be it for you. This ain't who you should really even be going on a date with. Don't even waste your time. I usually would go against that feeling, but I started having bad day after bad day after bad day. I said, okay, I'm gonna listen to that nudge, because every time I get that nudge that the date ain't gonna be good, I don't listen to it. The date be bad. I feel like I wasted a cute outfit, my time, and my money. And now look, I'm not even gonna talk to the dude after this date. You know what I'm saying? So
he not answering my calls. He not texting me back or nothing. So all right, 8 o'clock roll around. When 8 o'clock rolled around, I'm calling again. I'm like, what's really up? What's the deal, boo? What you doing so important that you can't talk to me? So, granted, I get he in school, he young, he wanna. But why did you make me your girlfriend if you wanted to do, diddly daddly?
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, pick your own time to do that, boo. Not on mine. So he not answering my calls. He not texting me back. So I get on Snapchat around this time. It's about 9 o'clock. I get on Snapchat and I see that they having a little party at their little dorm room. It's him, this girl from down here. A lot of the motherfuckers from down here went to school up there. So they having a little party at their dorm room. To be honest, I think all of them hoes that was in that motherfucking dorm, I think they all was humping each other, to be quite frank. I think they all was. But that's nor here nor there. All them hoes fat now, fat and ugly. Ain't fucking with me at all. Yeah. Nah. But yeah, so they was having a party, so I see, I'm like, bitch, y'all having a party, you still could text me back, you still can, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that much motherfucking partying in the world that you can't, hit me back in like 3 hours now. And it became 3 hours, cause bitch, you stopped really texting me at like 6 something. I started calling at like 7 something. I started really noticing that you was really ignoring the fuck out of me at like 7 something. So at this point, bitch, you really ignoring me. So I see in one of the dude's snaps that he got his phone in this motherfucking hand. So I started calling because that snap said 1 minute ago. To remind you, baby, I was refreshing that snap every time. Bitch, I was refreshing that motherfucker waiting on a new snap, because that's not what they was doing. They was snapping it up. Yeah. So I had bought him these shoes. It was these New Balance shoes. I don't know what the occasion was, but I did buy him the motherfucking shoes. So I had bought him them shoes or whatever, and he wore them shoes that night. So he'd go roll around about 10 o'clock, 10:30. At this point, my hands sweat, my ears hot. I'm mad because why are you not answering the phone for me? Why are you not texting me back? And I see that you got your phone in your hand, and I see that you're alive. So, bitch, let me know what's up. So of course I got a slick ass mouth, so I'm texting slick ass shit, cause bitch text me back. He wasn't texting me back at all. Bitch, I refreshed that motherfucking snap again. I seen the motherfucking New Balances that I bought that nigga and a bitch on the shoulders. I didn't see no face. I didn't see no clothes. I saw them shoes, and the bitch was on the nigga shoe. The nigga that was wearing the motherfucking New Balances that I bought. That was my nigga. Bitch.
Okay.
When I said it didn't take nothing, it didn't take nothing. I took my daughter over to her daddy's house, and I told her, I said, hey, I'm gonna be back in the morning to pick her up. Watch out for me, something important came up. He was like, you good, baby mama? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I dropped my baby off. I went and knocked on my best friend door. I said, bitch, come ride with me. She was like, what's wrong? I'm like, girl, come ride with me. I played it off cool. I went in her kitchen and I grabbed the smallest little juggy knife. And I told my best friend, let's go. She kikiing and caca. I ain't crack a smile, not yet. Cause I don't think nothing funny, bitch. Get in this car with me. She grabbed her phone, a blanket, and a pillow. That's it. She ain't grabbed no wallet, no nothing. So boom. We driving. But I'm driving extra fast. She like, Jay, what's wrong? I waited till we got a little bit down the way so you wouldn't make me turn back around, because she would have tried to talk me out of it. She is one of them great people that want to keep the peace. I waited till we got an hour away, I showed her the video. She said, Jay, you finna go to that school?
You said, think
and you think I ain't? You think I'm not finna go to that motherfucking school? I called that nigga while I was driving. I said, oh, you think it was cool to put a bitch on your motherfucking shoulders? You basically put that whole shit in your fucking face. You think that shit was cool? This nigga said, get off my motherfucking phone with that.
Oh.
For real?
No.
That's what we do?
No.
Okay. I said, okay. I'm finna come beat your ass. Man, get off my motherfucking phone with that clip. I didn't even call back.
Let's go.
I didn't even call fucking back. Because what the fuck I'm feeling? I gave you a forewarning already. You knew. He knew. He know. He's been knowing that my screws has been loose. They been loose. I've been off the motherfucking wall. I've been loony cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. Bitch, I've been. My ankle was so short. My ankle was so motherfucking short. Couldn't shit turn me the fuck around. Not even the police. They was gonna follow me to that motherfucking school. That's what they were gonna do. That drive was a 4-hour drive. I swear to you, on my children, on both my daughter's life. I got there in 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's how fast I was driving. I got to that motherfucking school. I called them. By this time, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Y'all done ended the party. Where were the people at? Because I was coming to the party. Yeah, I was coming to the motherfucking party. I got to that. Everything quiet. They not even at the house no more. The house quiet. I drove up to that bitch.
Dang.
I don't see his car. That's what I grabbed the little jiggy knife for the wheels on that car. Yeah. He thought he outsmarted me. He went and took that car and parked it down somewhere underneath one of them little things in the back.
You still
I drove around that motherfucker till I found that motherfucking car. Sure did. It took me nothing but 5 minutes to find that motherfucking car. Sure did. I found it. I read the license place back to myself about 3 times. Sure did. Verified. I said, there go the car right there. She was like, Jay, how you know that's his car? That's his car, baby. I know the license plate number. That's the car. Yeah. That's the car, boo. That is the car. I got out and I went and jugged 3 of the motherfucking tires. So when I jugged 3 of the motherfucking tires, that's when I called him. At this point, he sleeping drunk. Hello. I said, come outside. My nigga, I'm not finna do all that. I said, come outside. Bro, you is not. I said, come outside. I'm standing. I said, I'm standing by your car. No, the fuck you not. He on the phone with me walking out the door. All he see is teeth and the wheels on flat. Yeah. I said, yeah, you didn't think that I was gonna drive up here when I told you I was gonna come beat your ass? He walked like that. Why the fuck you put my... I know he was spicy. Literally spicy. When I say I maced that ass, I tore his ass up with that motherfucking mace. Sure as fucking did. You got a little cat in your face and a little mace tonight. So yeah, you got a double whammy. You had me fucked up if you thought you was gonna play with me like that. Sure did. My best friend jumped in that driver's seat. When I maced him, I jumped back in that car and we roamed the fuck out. On the way back home. God showed me that evil ain't good. I caught a flat back home.
Did not expect for her to say that she maced him. I did not expect that part. I'm glad her homegirl was down for the ride, and I'm glad that she was quick about getting in that driver's seat and peeling out of there, because I know he was thinking to himself, bitch, you done flattened my tires and you maced me? I'm about to knock your head off your damn body, because I know you did not just come all the way up here and embarrass me like this. So girl, you good. You good.
I cheated on my husband over and over and over again, and I don't regret it. Get ready with me for this anonymous story time. I met my husband when we were in high school. We were high school sweethearts. At that time, I used to go to church. I was raised Christian and I always used to sing at church. And I think that's one of the reasons why he fell in love with me. Because I was a good girl. He was my first and only man for many years. And he loved that. He ate that shit up. Just the thought of him being the only one to touch my body and be with me and make me feel the way he would make me feel was an idea that he couldn't let go of. And I get it. Imagine being your partner's only one. That's a dream from heaven. The problem was that when you're raised to walk and talk a certain way and be conservative and be a good girl, you crave other things. For many years, I suppressed the feelings of wanting more, of the desires that I had. When you're not allowed to go out, to club, to drink, that's the only thing you can think of. I wanted to dance. I wanted to experiment different partners, multiple partners. However, I did love him, and that's what stopped me. For many years, I tried to spice up the relationship. I would text him nudes. I would text him what I wanted to do to him. But he never gave me the same energy. Instead, he would text me, "What are you doing? This is not you. When you go out, is this how you act?" And honestly, I was looking for something more than the missionary position. We had many fights because I wanted to go out and he didn't. He didn't even want to go out with me, dance with me.
I don't know if this story time is real or not, but I will say it does spark the conversation of church girls and how, you know, they're the good girls, they're clean cut, they ain't had a lot of men, or they're still virgins. What about their sexuality? How about them exploring their sexuality? What if they marry the wrong man who's not okay with them having sexual desires that are totally fine for anyone to have? You know, I wonder how all of that plays a part into their relationship and into their marriages and being able to sustain a marriage when you guys are each other's only sexual experience and maybe you want something different than he wants. Like, how they survive and how they work through that.
Do things with me that I wanted to do with him. After many years of suppressing my feelings, something happened that gave me a way out. He was taking a shower and he had left his phone on the coffee table, and I decided to go through it. And what I found was that he was liking these skinky girls' pictures. He was liking girls that were half naked, and I was like, what? I'm over here trying to be a good girl for you to be liking skanky bitches? I can be one too. This made me feel like I wasted my time hiding who I really am inside. And it snapped something in me. I didn't understand why it was so difficult for him to give me what I wanted. That was it. I wasn't gonna wait anymore to get what I wanted. I didn't want to die with any regrets. He had a friend that would look at me with these eyes, that would follow me at parties, that would touch my skin and make me feel like I've never felt before. He's the one I wanted to try. I fantasized with him for so many years, and I had enough. One day, we were at a party, and I said this is the perfect opportunity. Because at this party, the bathroom had two doors, one to enter the bathroom and one to go to the bedroom. So I said, tonight's the night. Since he always followed me around, it was the perfect plan. I was also drunk, guys, so don't judge me. I got up and I went to the restroom. I waited in the little hall and I had my compact mirror to see when he was coming.
Damn, set it up.
When I saw that he was coming, I entered the bathroom. I knew he was waiting for me, so it was just very easy to open the door and pull him in. I told him, I know what you want. I want the same thing. I realized that no one's gonna ever find out. And I kissed him. He kissed me back, and it was the best kiss I ever experienced in my life.
That was probably only a good kiss because she hadn't kissed anything other than her husband. And it makes me concerned for the good guys out here who might be deemed as boring and they end up getting cheated on and shit. It's like, oh man, my heart goes out
I
to y'all.
completely enjoyed the moment. It was something I never experienced. However, I was dumb. I didn't use protection. Neither of us were prepared because we never thought this would happen. Him betrayed his friend, me betrayed my husband. It was not in the cards for us. But the worst part was that we both felt something strong when we kissed, when we made love. After this, I couldn't stop. The feeling of doing something I wasn't supposed to do was something that I never felt.
I ain't gonna lie to you either. I think that's a big reason why I couldn't cheat, because I would be afraid of the addictive feeling of that, whatever that adrenaline rush is. I would be so scared of getting addicted to that feeling. And now I'm ruining my family, especially in a marriage. Now I'm ruining my family, or I'm ruining my home, or I'm ruining this good relationship I have with my man because I'm chasing this addictive feeling, when really I just need to break down what's going on in the relationship and figure out a better way to handle the issues that I'm facing.
It would calm me. It would make me just fantasize of the night. Him and I only slept with each other once. But I had to feel that again. I had to find someone else to fulfill that feeling. And I did. I kept cheating on my husband over and over and over again. And I wouldn't feel bad about it. I had no idea why. Was it my daddy issues? I didn't understand what was it that called me to be this type of person. Every time I cheated, it just became easier and easier. My husband never found out. But I'm sure he always wondered, where did I get these new moves from? Sometimes I think if I should come clean or just wait till I get caught. I don't know what I should do, guys. I don't think it's normal for me to be acting this way. I have seek therapy to find out why I like the feeling of doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. Sometimes I feel like I wouldn't care if he found out. Sometimes I wish he did find out.
This is also not her story. She's an anonymous storyteller.
I became a pro with the cheating. I downloaded an app called Text Free, where I would hide my text messages. It was many years that I was doing this. I would download the app when he was gone, and I would remove it when he would get home. And one day, I forgot to remove the app. He saw everything. He confronted me, and I couldn't even look him in the eyes. He told me that he could forgive me, that we just needed to go to therapy. But I told him that there was something really fucked up in me to hurt someone that has just been a great man to me, and I didn't want to waste any more of his years trying to make this relationship work when it wasn't working. He understood, and we separated.
Guess who just found out she was the...
First of all, I love her honesty. Her saying, I am lonely. Listen, I was just talking to a good friend of mine about this. Being lonely and having to reject dates or having to leave relationships, having to go back to being single after being with somebody, it's so difficult, because it's like a part of you is a little bit scared if you're going to find someone again or something special again. But another part of you is like, but I got my self-respect. I can't be stressed out about this, or I can't, allow this toxic pattern to continue in my life. I love myself too much, so I know I have to do this. It's best for me. That's so hard, and it's so hard to even reject dates from people who it's just not going to be a good matchup for me, and I don't want to keep on wasting my energy with wrong people. So let me go ahead, say no thank you. I can't even go on that date. Another lonely night on Friday, sitting in the house drinking my little boxed wine. But I know it's worth it, because eventually I'll come across the person who's for me. So I feel her all too well when she says, listen, I'm lonely. So I know the guy said he doesn't want a relationship, but that's okay because I'm lonely. Right? So what? Sue me. I feel you.
I'm gonna talk to you today. I have like church things to do. And I was like, okay, buddy, like have fun. He goes, you want to meet up for coffee on Monday? And I said, sure. Today's Monday. I get a text last night. Hey, I'm gonna have to rain check. I had like a big expense come up randomly and I'm kind of broken.
I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up. Imagine, first date with a man. You hit it off. Great energy. Date runs long. And you have a graduation party to get to. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, you want to come with me to my homegirl's graduation party? He's like, okay, yeah, sure. But I don't want to show up empty-handed, so we stop at the Target. Another green flag, because we've been hitting it off. Okay, great. We stop at Target. He gets her a card. We go to the graduation party. I introduce him to my friend. Cool. We go to my car. We're getting into my car. He's saying like, oh yeah, can you drop me off at the mall? Da-da-da-da, like whatever. Fine, because he allegedly Ubered an hour to get to me. Because he lives far out, not in the city. This man gets in my car. All of a sudden, a woman comes up out of the blue. I don't know where this woman was. She comes up and she yanks open my passenger side door. She's like, what the F are you doing? Get up. Come with me right now. Come with me right now. Get up. Get up. You're coming with me. At first, I thought she was joking. And at first, I thought it was like she saw him from afar, thought he was fine. Came into the car, was like, you're coming with me. You're coming with me. Because he was just like, chill, chill, chill. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cute. Like, he's fine. Okay, period, sis. But, like, not too much. But then she gets rowdy. She's like, get out the car. Get out the car. And yanks this full-grown size man and yanks him out the car. So I'm like, oh, y'all know each other. Takes him out the car. Bella, my car, is here. Her car is here. I'm T-boned in.
Oh, no.
I cannot move. There's a car in front of me. So all I can do is sit and look in my rear view at her beating. Just beating his ass. Just beating his ass. And I'm like, I turn my music down so I can hear what's being said.
Of course, yes.
Can't hear nothing, but just going. And I'm like, what the heck? I didn't have the word. Like, I didn't have the words that happened so fast, and I cannot move. So I'm sitting here, waiting for her to finish his beating. Finally, I start to back up. They pull up beside me. I'm looking like this. And he goes,
don't wave at me.
And they drive off. And I just didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Because clearly that's your girl.
Girl, heck yeah. That's not only his girl, that is the mother of his children. That is his wife. He has been on and off with that girl for a solid 10 to 15 years, but they've had a good 7 years, and now he's starting to act up again. She knew that, so she put a location on his ass, put an air tag in his shoe. She followed him to where he was going, and she found him again, and she said, why I got to keep on coming out here and pulling your ass back into the house? We got the kids sitting right over here, and you want to keep it on. And who are you? Who are you, Miss Little Young Lady? You look nice, but don't get involved with married men again here. All of that happened, okay? This is their story. This is their background story. I'm so sorry you got involved in their story, girl. I'm so sorry.
We talked about cheating. We talked about red flags. We talked about green flags.
The nerve!
He had passed a lot of, like, he had a good head on his shoulders, I thought.
Manipulator. Good actor.
We talked about cheating in 30 minutes. We talked about emotional versus physical cheating. And she picked him up and yanked him out of the passenger side. And they drove off, and then he texted me, what are you doing? What am I doing? I'm coping.
Okay.
I'm done with men. Especially light skins. I can't.
Y'all, I just need to tell you this story time real quick, because y'all need to be careful with these baby dads and these baby mothers for real. Like, do not get involved with them. If someone got a kid, don't go for it. No. Why the heck did a couple, like 2 weeks ago, I was in this corner store and I had seen this dude and I thought he was really, really attractive. I'm like, okay, he's cute, like, you know, but I wasn't really going for any of that because I just don't trust dudes no more, right? So why the heck does a couple days ago I see him in the corner store again, and I'm like, you know what, maybe it's just faith, let me just ask for his number. I get his number, boom, right? So we're texting and stuff like that, and I should have known the first red flag was when he had asked me, do I have kids? Now I know in this generation people are just popping out babies left and right, but me, no, that don't count for me, okay? So I told him no, and like I don't really do people who have kids. And then his energy changed, and I was wondering why his energy changed this whole time. It's because this man had a kid. He told me his kid was 2 years old. So I'm like, okay, well, it's not fresh out, so you know that's not too bad. But I was still telling him, I'm like, I don't do.
I have a rule. If the child is not over 5, then we cannot date. I gotta wait until that baby is over 5 years old. You and the baby mom, y'all still need time to work it out. Y'all need to figure out y'all differences, how y'all gonna co-parent. You need to make sure you have clear set boundaries with her, because I do not come in and set the boundaries for no man and his baby mama. That's the boundary he gonna already have to have set up. So that baby gotta be at least 5 for me to even mess with somebody.
People with kids. He's like, I can't change your mind. Like, I really want to fuck with you, all of this stuff. So I'm like, okay, whatever, right? So I'm going to... I was going back home, but then he texted me. He was like, oh, we should link up and smoke and just get to know each other. So I'm like, all right, whatever, cool, right? Why the heck do I go up to this man and he picks me up in this red Nissan? Now keep that in mind, y'all, this red Nissan, and we're like on our way to get some drinks real quick before we smoke. And then my friend texts me, abort mission. I'm like, what's going on? She texts me that he's gay, and I'm like, huh? So like she's texting me all these screenshots from all these different people who know this dude. They're like, no, he's gay, he's DL, he got a kid, but he's DL, all this stuff. So I'm like, okay. So I told him, I'm like, oh, I gotta go back to my best friend's house real quick. Like, we gonna have to reschedule this another day. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I can't do it. Basically, he's like asking for a way out. He was like, why do you have to leave right now? Like, your best friend's grown. She can handle herself, all this stuff. We could just smoke and get to know each other. I'm like, no. I need to go back home. So I go back home, and she's telling me all of this stuff about how, he's DL, how he be doing stuff with boys. Mind you, that has nothing to do with me. I don't care about gay people. I'm not saying like I don't care about them, but like I don't care. Y'all do whatever you want. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me, so I don't really care, right? But for you to go out your way and be DL and linking up, that's why I shouldn't have been talking about people. But for you to go out your way and link me knowing that you DL is crazy, right? So boom.
Yeah.
A couple hours later, right, he texts me. He's like, yo, what's the issue? What's wrong? Then I get a DM. Why the heck do I get a DM saying this you with a picture of me in this red Nissan? So I'm like, who's this? She's like, baby mom. And I'm like, oh, no. I was like, listen, I left already. I didn't even do nothing with him. Like, we cool. He was like, why the fuck he got just driving my car? I'm like, your car? I'm like, oh, no, baby. That's so crazy. So she's calling me through three-way with him. And I'm over here like, listen to them argue. He's like, why are you doing all that? Hold on, part two.
Never came back on with a part 2. She never came back on with a part 2. But I can guess that he was probably like, she just my friend. We ain't even together like that. You know, I wouldn't cheat on you. I got a family with you. This girl, she ain't nothing like that. I bet that's what happened. And if he's down low, for some reason, it seems like when men are down low and they're with a woman, the woman will not let him go. Like, will not break up with him, will just continue to hold on to him, I guess, in hopes of him changing or maybe not breaking up the family. I do get that. I know one story of a lady. They don't really share their story verbally, but rather through a lot of songs and stuff on TikTok. The man went from a man to a woman, and they're still married all these years later. It's so weird. So anyway, I've noticed a lot of women doing a lot to keep the man who does not want to be kept by a woman, I feel. So I'm glad that she picked this up right at the top. She said, no way. Shout out to her homegirls for being the FBI and finding out exactly who he was and who he had been messing with, because ain't no telling what he could have been bringing to her. You know what I'm saying? What he could have been bringing, to her.
Buckle up. So it was in December, and my husband was the music director at his church, where his father was also the pastor. He was at the church doing
Now, I just want to say, choir directors and them boys who be up there in the churches, I'm telling you, girl, they ain't the best ones to get with. Either they got some sort of real crazy sex drive that they act like they can't really tap into, but they always want to tap into something, or they gay.
For the Christmas musical, and I was at home. During that time, he was not staying at our house. He had left and just never came back. He left in October, never came home. That's a whole nother story for another day. We can talk about that if you want to later. Anyway, so he was doing that. I was at home. I saw a message in my social media from somebody that I didn't know. It was sent a month prior, but for some reason I didn't get it. So I finally saw it. It said something to the effect of, please tell your husband to stop harassing us. And I was like, what the hell is this about? I don't understand. So I asked this person, what are you talking about? They tell me everything. You know, my husband's been harassing them and their friend, and my husband also has a boyfriend. Proceed to give me all the information as well as video of my husband and his boyfriend. So then I start calling all my friends and telling them he's cheating on me. That's what it is, aside from, you know, his abuse. But I digress. I'm like, he's cheating on me, blah, blah, blah. One of my friends comes over and is like, it's okay, girl, I got you. Then I go down to the church and confront him.
All right, so part 2. So I get to the church around the time rehearsal is ending, and I talk to him. A mutual friend of ours who went to the church came with me to, you know, just be there for moral support. So I say to my husband, I'm like, hey, can we talk? And he kind of rolls his eyes. He's like, bitch, I don't want to talk to you. But he does anyway. So we go into the church office, and I say to him, you know we've been having some difficulty in our marriage lately. But, you know, I got this video, and, you know, you're calling this guy babe. And I show him the video, and he's like, oh, we're just messing around. And I was like, I know you don't mess around like that. And then he proceeds to start, you know, getting mad, yelling at me, basically calling me a dog, telling our mutual friend to put a muzzle on me. At this time, my father-in-law, the pastor, walks into the office, starts making copies and shit for whatever reason, as my husband is like upset and yelling at me, right? And so his dad's like, just talk to her. But obviously he's, you know, super upset at this point that I have found out everything about him. So then he, you know, leaves, and then that's when I just totally lose my shit, and I just like fall down, and I'm like, I lost my husband. Like, I could not even I couldn't even really stand up. So yeah, I was like, I lost my husband. I was just like, call your therapist. So I called my therapist, and I left him a message, and then he called me back, and he was like setting up an appointment with me for the next day. And I text my brother-in-law, and I was like, you know, your brother has been cheating on me, and he has a boyfriend, and you probably already knew this. And that's another story for another day as well. There's a lot with that. And I forgot to mention, my father-in-law knew that my husband was cheating on me for a year.
Oh yeah, I could tell the father knew as soon as he came in there and was allowing his son to yell at you. Oh, I'd have knew that the daddy knew. Because if the daddy didn't know, he would have been like, what's going on here? Oh yeah, the daddy definitely knew. The daddy probably was like, it's just what happens. It's what men do, you know. What you don't tell me who you cheated on with. Was it a boy or a girl? It was a boy again. God damn. All right, now, hey, don't keep it up. All right, don't keep it up. Daughter-in-law, you got to pray and seek the Lord. And I wonder, in situations like this, did God tell her that he was cheating? I know there's been instances where I feel like God has told me, or the Holy Spirit has told me what's going on with a dude, and I know how to navigate. So I wonder if God was telling her, like, you know, he ain't the one for you. He's cheating on you. He's, you know, defiling the marital bed. Ain't that what it's called? He ain't doing right by you. I wonder if the Lord told her that.
Cheating on me for a year.
Y'all keep writing me saying I don't do story times no more. Story time about how I pimped my baby daddy out. So when I was about 18, 19, my baby daddy used to be a serial cheater. So this one time he had cheated with this girl who had a lot of money, had a good job, had a nice car, and she was older than us. The lady had to be like 35, and we was like 18 or 19.
Dang.
I go through this man's phone. He asking the lady to give him money. She giving him money. She giving him food stamps. She buying my kids clothes. She getting their hair did. She gave my kids the best Christmas. Like, I ain't even flexing. Like, I even like would leave the house so he can go be with Shout. Like, cause I never let him know that I knew that he was cheating with that lady, because we was broke. We needed that lady. Like, if I go through the phone, no, they finna go somewhere, finna go out of town, I would go buy my baby daddy an outfit to go out with her. Nah, he had the lady thinking that I was like a deadbeat mama or something, and he was a single parent in the house by himself. I never told him that I knew he was cheating with that lady till like years later when he caught me cheating. My mama never used to be like, now you know he cheating with that lady. Everybody knew he was cheating with that lady. Everybody used to come tell me, inbox me, send me pictures of them in Walmart. Who cared? Not me. Baby, she probably at Walmart getting something for my kids right now. To this day, I still don't know how my baby daddy swung that. Y'all, I used to see the lady and everything and just say, hey, how you doing? I ain't never had no animosity. To this day, I don't have no animosity to that lady. I actually, ma'am, if you watching this, call my baby daddy. He miss you. Yeah, so she ended up finding out that he lied about me, and she kind of got her heart broke, and she didn't know that we were still together. I was trying to hide it. I don't know where I went wrong, but you know, small town people talk. He was heartbroken when that lady left, and I was heartbroken too. Baby, when I tell you, me and him was sitting in that bed depressed for about a week when that lady left. Yeah. So yeah, I put my baby dad out. I'm sorry I had to make a short story time. I'm trying to go in the store, y'all. Bye.
Well, the moral of today's video is that everybody gets cheated on, and it's very important to follow your instincts unless you do have children to provide for and you understand that a little cheating ain't hurt nobody if it comes with a little bit of treats. I have been the Jess Case and Brand. I'm so thankful that you guys tuned in. Please make sure to like the video, comment your thoughts down below. If you have not already joined our community, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell so that you guys can catch me every single time I come on. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.